Greetings, comrades, Soviet Gaming here. Today we have the new, upcoming early access game called Rad Dude. This is an idle game. This is probably not that much of an incremental game, but mostly idle, but it's still pretty fun to play. It plays itself automatically if you want to, but if you want to, you can play it manually as well. Let's go into it. I'll keep the music for now because the music is really good. I hope I won't have to do the cuts because that will kind of break it. So the game is focused around your characters who are moving around the battlefield and farming resources, fighting bosses, progressing through the story. You can have up to 3 characters here, and each of those will have their own path of development. That's called mutation. Yes, it's all taking place in some post-apocalyptic world, something like Fallout thingy, kind of feels like, because there are a lot of things like coke over here and stuff from the Fallout all around, so yeah. Anyway, the mutation. You start with a scavenger over here and you can go to the different professions. There are soldier, prophet and scientist, and when you get one of those, you will be able to go to another path yet again, developing your characters more and more into some not really human thing, like look at that, evil eye, seriously. Overall, kind of feels interesting. Each class have their own bonuses, abilities, and features. So, for example, this prophet here will kind of move faster, but attack way weaker. Yes, there we go, I stumbled. Anyway, each character have 4 skills equipped, and you can upgrade those as well, and there are a bunch of those, and more of those will unlock as you will play. This is basically how you build your character. Each profession have their own favorite skills. They will be marked by this medal thingy. Okay, that's the sound from the game. I was, what the hell is that? So, by the medal thingy, that kind of makes it even better. So, for example, for this phase shift skill, when normal character uses it, he teleports to a random enemy, but when Prophet uses it, he will also get 1 invulnerability turn, which is actually an additional layer of mechanics into the game. The skills are being activated more or less automatically, so the activation is written for each skill. So for this one, it will be on 4 turn cooldown, and when the unit kills an enemy, it will be activated. Different skills have different requirements for activation, and that's actually how you build your character. So you will set the skills up so they will kind of help to trigger each other, and this is a really fun thing to do. Honestly, I tried it, it's interesting. Now, characters also have equipment. You can craft that, and it's ranged in levels, so the higher level the better it is. And there are a bunch of different options to craft. Let me actually show you what we have here. So, in the current version of the game, which is like early access, we have different types of weapons. That's 13 weapons here, 10 helmets, probably. Some of those are really weird. So some gear, some clothes, I don't know, chest pieces, boots, and the random stuff that I have no idea what does it do. So I still haven't learned everything about the game, and I think you guys want to explore it yourself, so I won't tell everything. So basically, yeah, you start with 1 character, and what do? You go on the map. There are different areas to explore. Currently, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 areas to explore. One of those is basically a daily quest. And when you get into it, let's go to zone 1 so you guys can see how it's happening. Your guys will start moving around the battlefield. Everything is being done automatically here if you want to, and they will hunt the enemies. I play the game automatically, but if you want to, you can turn off auto and play it something like XCOM turn-based thingy. So you click on the enemy, you click confirm, and your guy will go and do some stuff to enemies around here, like attack them, kill them, and so on. Honestly, manual attacks, manual stuff is useful during the boss fights or the hard fights. Most other time you want to do it on auto. This is basically a turn-based game, so as you can see on the left over here, show me. Yes, there are a queue of actions that's kind of listing your guys and the enemies. And as you guys move through it, they do this stuff. So as you can see, they have some different buffs and skills, and it's really fun to watch at them. This is the basic speed of the game, but you can do speed up, fast mode, for free. You don't have to pay for that. That's actually pretty cool. Fast mode. There we go. Bam. And now they move way faster, so that allows you to farm and go through the content if you don't want to bother with like sitting here and figuring out what's happening. If you know what you're doing, if you're farming or something, that will help you. So basically, as you guys are going through the levels, and every 5 levels there is a boss. You know this mechanics, right? Oh, the boss fight, there we go, we got to the boss fight. The boss in this level, for example, is this weird bike, I don't know, that's kind of Mad Max style of thing, that's called Death Engine. And this is a hilarious cutscene, so there is some humor to this game, and like, yeah. At first the boss will be really hard, but if you're good, you can take it out pretty easily. Death Engine, there we go. So as you can see, in comparison with the other guys, this one is way tougher. My guys are taking their time to beat it, although I leveled up a little bit already. So that's how you do. You go through the levels, the enemies drop stuff that you use to craft. So as you can see, like each thing here have different materials requirement in order to craft it, and the enemies will drop it. Let's go back to our starting area so we won't be running around too much. So yeah, different types of weapons, they have different stats. So there is a penetration, some of those are useful against beasts, some of those are useful against humans. So yeah, there are some mechanic layers to this. Now, after you craft a gear, you equip it to your character, and then you just go out and fight the enemies. That's pretty straightforward. So what other layers of progression do we have in this game? We have rods. Rods are basically your main resources for progressing the game. The more of those you have, the higher will be your damage and health. Each rod increases your damage and health by 0.5% in your inventory. So you save those up, you get stronger. The weird thing though that the enemies drop fuel rods which are empty, and in order to activate them, you gotta go to this menu. This is Boom Upgrade. This is basically your progression here. You unlock skills, you unlock different bonuses, like let's do some additional damage. Bam, we upgraded, we got 10% more damage, and all the rods we had in the inventory turned to active fuel rods, the one we didn't use. So this is kind of weird, and I don't know why they don't turn into the fuel rods straight when you go to the camp, but that's how it is. Still pretty fun. So the main idea of the game is farming the resources, getting the stuff out of it, crafting it, and progressing deeper and deeper. Different areas have different enemies. Let's go venture into the new area. I haven't been there yet, and see what will happen here. Do we look at that? The new enemies. Let's see if we get our ass kicked here or not. Probably not. The enemies are being one-shotted. As always, I think my guys are a little bit overpowered here. Okay, while our guys are just destroying the elf dogs and whatever we find here, let me show you something else. So there is a thing called Book of Lore, and when you fill it up with basically unlocking the enemies, you will get some bonuses. So this is another small layer of progression, and it's fun to collect things, right? Honestly, there are not that many more things, so you can't really do a bunch of achievements like in the Realm Grinder, but still it's pretty good. The enemies also drop beta, I think it's data, I don't know, and Omega probably, radiation options, which are used to upgrade your skills. So when you go to those skills menu, you can make some skills stronger, so you click upgrade and it's getting additional stats. The increases aren't that crazy high, but since it's the only way to do that, that's working. Moreover, upgrading skills and unlocking new skills unlocks more skills for you. That's kind of sophisticated, but you can unlock skills through the Boom Upgrades tree, or you can upgrade them. Oh my god, so many windows! Or you can unlock them using the upgrades of the skills that you already have. Alright, I think we got through the main part of this. Moreover, guys, different areas drop different resources, and you can grab different gears based on the area. Oh my god, we're already at the boss fight. That was crazy fast. I thought that I won't be able to get here. Let's see if we can beat the boss, and then I'll tell you the rest of the stuff about the different areas. That will be interesting. Alright, the boss, the dragon, and it's really tough. As you can see here, our guys are doing a lot of damage to it, but it doesn't care. Oh my god, we are dead. We will die here. Every time you die, nothing happens, you just come back to your camp, so you don't lose anything, it's all good, you can restart as many times as you want to. Alright guys, we died, so we're back in the camp. So what I wanted to tell you that different areas drop different type of weapons and different type of resources. So in order to get the, let's call it perfect gear set, you would like to farm different areas. So based on which stats do you want to stack, each of those have different stats and abilities. You would like to farm different areas and get different types of gear. Like for example, this one will give you additional movement, this helmet, but you can get a helmet with additional attacks. So your guys can do more attacks per turn. Other than that, there are not much more additional mechanics. This is a pretty simple game. There are no crazy layers of difficulty and complexity like in most idle games where you have to learn a lot of stuff, because those are more incremental games. This one is pretty fun to play though. I played it for maybe 3 or 4 days and I'm still having a lot of fun, so I would recommend you guys to try it, because why the hell not? It seems like a good game. The developers of this game, I think it's called Iron Horse developers, let me see. Yeah, they're called Iron Horse Games, and I played some of those games. They're pretty fun. They are publishers, they don't really develop the games. And the thing about those games that some of those don't really have that many layers of complexity as I would like to have. So those games are good entry-level games that you can play just for fun, just waste some time while you're on the toilet or something like that. That's how you play idle games. Although the game we are looking at right now, this one, in order to play it, you will have to run it AFK. So you can't let it run offline. It will give you some resources. I will post you a screenshot right now that I've got through 30 hours of offline games, so it's actually pretty good. But in order to get the most results, you would like to be working like that, and the guys will be farming. There are options that you can do here, like you select the starting zone and return zone, let's say this, you press let's go, and your guys will be going through this level forever. They will just farm resources by themselves, and all you have to do is just sit here and enjoy the show. This is a good way to get specific resources that you need to craft the gear. But other than that, I would like this game to be to have some better offline progress, let's put it like that, more modifiers, more incremental mechanics to it, but I think that's not that kind of game. So yeah, my overall conclusion on this game that while it is pretty fun, you can try it, but don't expect it to be that addictive like incremental games that can last for months and maybe years. This will last for maybe a few weeks, you will have fun, and after that, you will decide if it's good or not. I will play it for a few days more because it's pretty fun. Maybe make a few guys on it, but still, I feel that it won't last that long. I warn you. Although, in terms of free-to-play, this game is pretty much free-to-play, so you don't really need to buy anything in order to progress. I haven't actually found, what do we have in the shop? Yeah, you can buy some mutations for money, for real money, but I'm pretty sure you can get most of the stuff without it as well. I don't know, like there are some good options, yes, but so far I was able to play it totally free to play without any significant issues, so yeah, you don't need to pay that often in those kind of games, let's put it like that. So yeah guys, let me know what you think about this game and this review in the video comments. While you go in there, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel, hit that bell button so you won't miss any new videos, and join the Discord so we can talk about idle games over there as well. And yes, check the pinned comment in the video description for additional playlists. We have more reviews on idle and incremental games, and you might find something good over there as well. And yes, subscribe, please. We need those 1K subs as soon as possible, and only you can make that happen. That's about it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Soviet out. До свидания.